Hey, everybody, welcome to Beers with Bros. I'm Zach.
I'm Bob.
My name is Peyton.
Obviously, we have a guest on this week. So, Bob, you wanna talk about that?
Yeah. So this week we are doing drinking games by generation. So so that we have three generations on here right now. We have Peyton, Andy, not a bro, but kind of, maybe still related. He's my son.
He is a brother to somebody, just not
Yes,
one of us.
this is not one of ours. Yes.
um, so yeah, still in the family. But yeah, we're gonna get to drinking games in different generations. So, as you can see, we've updated our titles for the week. So we have Bob with his expert contributor being Gen X. Me, Zennial. I'm right on the cusp of millennial and X. So Zennial, and then Peyton, the Gen Z expert over here. So we're gonna get to that. We're gonna talk about the drinking games we had through our generations, and we're gonna do a little bit of history as well that Bob did some research on. If you whoever joins, whenever you join, nobody's in here yet that I can see. Um, Give us a shout in the comments, Peyton. If you don't know, you should be able to see a chat on the side of your screen. You can pull that up. If anybody types in there, you can see that. We try to respond to anybody in the
Okay,
chat
gotcha.
since it's your first
Yeah.
time on. Just wanted to
So
let
it's
you
in
know.
the bottom right hand corner.
I see now. Yeah, I got you
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
All right,
So
so Bob, let's start. What we normally do. What are we drinking today?
um being the fact that we're talking about drinking games, I had to go with a light lager. Here's my favorite light lager in this area, Cincy
Hold your
Light.
hand behind it, and then you'll be able to see it because you got the background on. There you go.
Yeah, yeah, it's actually got the green screen kind of. So, um, we got the local light lager of Cincy Light. So actually, the money from Cincy Light, part of it goes back to the athletic program at Cincinnati UC. By the way,
There you go. You got two
yeah,
UC grads on here,
yeah.
so I'm outnumbered. All right. So what I got today, I got the chance to stop at JFob today, so I have their Neverwinter. It's a West Coast IPA. This one is brewed with Nelson, Citra, and Galaxy hops. 6.7%, so not too egregious on the alcohol content. Probably not one you're gonna want to play a whole lot of drinking games with though. So, Bob, you want to start it off with some of the history that you
Yeah,
came up
yeah.
with?
So drinking games. I mean, if we go all the way back to the silent generation, which we still have some of those folks around, 1940, and then we get into boomers into like the early 1960s. But the silent generation and early boomers, it was sort of kind of like a side thought. And they're not really drinking as much beer back then. They're doing like gin and rum and whiskey and different things like that. And they might be playing dice games or they're playing some other games. And if someone messes up, they have to finish their drink. Or maybe they end up betting on a game and whoever loses has to buy a round. Um, they might have so it was classy. It was kind of like a side thought, not like our drinking games where we just tried to get see how much we could get obliterated. And then we move into more of the late boomers. So now we're starting to get creep into the 60s. And this is where they came up with quarters. There's starting to be some card games that are coming in. There's some different dice games. Name that tune for sips, but still polite. But we're starting to edge a little bit more competitive, a little bit more getting drunk and having some fun. And then we get into my generation, Generation X, and we kind of just tipped the bar full tilt on our when we went into Generation X, and probably for my research, Gen X, we overdid the drinking games, quite frankly. So
Yeah,
uh,
I would say your generation kind of started that trend, and then my generation kind of took it overboard, probably a little bit more.
Yeah,
Um,
again, like you're kind of like that tweener. So I think as we start to go into more, or at least from my research, as we start to go into the millennials, it becomes a little bit more competitive.
Yeah.
And so now it's more of a contest, and you don't drink as much because you're trying to beat somebody. And but a lot of times, like, we had drinking games that were just for drinking.
Oh, yeah.
And there was not anything that had to do with it. I mean, kind of like for instance, Century Club. You guys ring any bells? Did you have Century Club at all?
We did. It was more of like a celebratory thing. Like everyone did it.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Um, if there was like a bigger, like for example, in my fraternity, we did it one time when there was a big initiation or something like that. It wasn't like a consistent like thing that happened all the time, but I've done it before.
It wasn't like, yeah, I mean, it's a marathon type of deal. It's like
you're talking like 100 shots of beer in 100 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Or you could drink 100 cans of beer, one every hour. That takes you through the whole weekend.
Okay.
So if you fall asleep, you have to get up and drink whatever you.
I've never done that. That sounds nuts.
That's stupid.
Yeah, I mean, we had like power hours, right? So
yeah.
Where you're doing like
shot every minute for an hour.
Yeah, where you do, a shot every minute for an hour, or you would do we would have if it was somebody's 21st birthday, you would have 21 shots in an hour.
Yeah.
You would have a power hour would be, you wouldn't do a shot it would be a shot of beer, not a shot of liquor every minute for an hour. But yeah, I mean, really a shot of beer, that's not really that much when you think about it. 60 ounces.
But when you do it for 100 minutes straight,
I guess it adds up.
So much that you get really that drunk. It's more after you drank that many shots in one every minute.
Yeah,
you get so bloated, and there's just so much just extra CO2 in your body.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I know what you're talking about now.
And it can hurt. I think one time we did it. We ended up doing it for 120 minutes. Yeah. And just because we were just kept on going. Quarters was huge in my generation. 3-man was a big one. I'm sure you guys had. Do you guys have 3-man?
Maybe if you called it something different, or
so it was a dice game, and like it was 2 dice. Every time you rolled it, like it meant something different. Like 6 was person to your right, 7 was person to your left. 5 was a social.
Anytime
3
was
man,
a 3
meant the 3-man had to drink every time someone rolled a 3. If you rolled doubles, you rolled again. If you rolled doubles 3 times in a row, you became 3-man. If you rolled your dice off the table, you became 3-man. So you would go around, and then or actually typically no one would be 3-man until someone either rolled the dice 3 times, dropped the dice, or somehow you would go through a round. I can't remember how the rounds ended, but whoever ended up losing that round ended up being 3-man. And then anyone could tell 3-man to drink anytime they wanted. 3-man always had to rake the dice. If you rake the dice and didn't let 3-man rake the dice, you became 3-man. There was all sorts of way, but if you were 3-man, you ended up having to drink a lot of beer.
I've never played that, but that sounds like a fun game. I wish I did.
So
that's one that I never played as well. I've seen people play it, but that's the one that I never.
Dude, we would play 3-man regularly. I remember one time we went to Florida, and we were at somebody's parents' condo, and it was raining. So we're like, all right, well, let's just play 3-man. And this girl's parents saw us. It's just like, they were like, they making fun of us. They're like, okay, well, the next time it rains, I guess we're just gonna freaking drink. They just didn't get it. Comedy Central, when I was in college, and this is kind of funny because it just happened. When the State of the Union happened, Comedy Central actually had a drinking game. and they would send out the rules, and you could actually get it. They would send it out like, and you would see it in your college campus paper, because we didn't all have emails at that point.
Yeah.
And they would change it around every time. Like, of course, like the gavel, if someone banged the gavel, you had to drink. Anytime they showed Newt Gingrich, you had to drink, and you had to yell Newt. And so like people would go like the bars and watch the State of the Union and drink at the bars, and it was kind of a fun thing to do together. We did a lot of things that were kind of on the fly as well. Like we go bowling, and if everybody got a strike on one round and you didn't, you had to go buy a pitcher. If you got a turkey, you had to like gobble up and down the aisle, like in front of other bowlers and stuff, and then you had to chug a beer. What else, man? We Kings. We talked about that earlier. Our Kings was more kind of like a go fish, though.
Okay.
Like you'd have the cards down, you'd pick a card, and depending on what the card was, every card, every time there was a card, like sometimes you'd actually have to switch seats. We had Asshole, which was similar to Three Man, but you didn't really start drinking until you get past the first round, because then you had the president and the vice president. You guys play Asshole ever?
The only time I have was with you on vacation that one time.
Yeah, and then once you started, then people could tell anybody else below them to drink. Another thing that we did that was just drinking for drinking purposes is we would do like beer relays.
Oh yeah.
So you'd have a big cup of, or like you might have like one of those big buckets that you can get from Oktoberfest, and you'd fill it up with beer, and like you'd have like four people, and you'd have to finish the bucket, but you could drink as much as you want, and you'd pass it down. And so the big thing is just like figure out how much to drink and still not spill any, and still drink it as faster than the other team.
Yeah.
So
So I found this is pretty similar to like the Kings rules that we did. Like when I was in college.
Yeah, this is exactly what we did.
That's what I remember as well.
Okay. So like each value of the card had something that you had to do or someone had to do with this. So this is kind of pretty similar. Again, we talked before we started the stream. We talked kind of about like house rules and stuff like that.
I don't remember the 9 rhyming. I don't remember ever rhyming.
Yes, I think this one kind of went around in a circle. So there was another game we played. I can't remember the name of the game. There was another game we played where you just kind of had to like follow the person before you, and I get it confused with Kings all the time. We would
do sevens, and you would just count in a circle. So
yeah, and you had to skip everything that was a multiple of 7.
Every time someone would get to 7, then it had to reverse. And then also on all 11s or anything that had a 7 in it, or any thing that could be divided by 7, it reversed every time. And if it came back to you and you didn't get it, or the next person said it before, then why is my battery dying?
That's interesting because my generation was a lot more simple, I feel like. I don't know if they have 7 on here. Yeah, 7 heaven, you just kind of point to the ceiling, and that was it.
Yeah. Yeah, well, like 7s is a whole separate game. So like that was its own game was 7. So that was like, there could be like, that was known as different things. So it could be like Buzz was another name for 7s. So that was like players just like count in a circle, and whenever there's a multiple of 7, you replace that 7 with like Buzz or a certain keyword, or anytime someone messes up and actually says the number instead of the keyword, they have to drink.
Gotcha.
So I mean that could be done with any number essentially, so it doesn't necessarily have to be 7. But another like interesting one that we would play would be like just Uno, but we would pick out specific cards and anytime someone played that card, you would have to drink. So like if it was like, let's say like a draw 4 wild, the person that was dealt to had to take 4 drinks. Or if it was a 7, that person would have to switch hands with somebody. The person that laid the 7 gets to switch hands with whoever they want, and the person they switch with has to take 7 drinks or something like that. So what's up, Valerie? Thanks for joining. Just saw you joined. And Valerie does agree. 7 is heaven, hands in the air. I don't know if you can see the comments popping up, Peyton.
I do. I saw. Yeah. So I agree with Valerie. That's how I played.
Yeah. So yeah, for people who joined, our special guest, this is Peyton. This is Bob's son, my nephew. He's hanging out with us this week, talking about drinking games. So welcome. If you have any favorite drinking games from your days, your youth, your college years, throw it in the comments. Let us know. We'll talk about it. So yeah, I think probably everybody has played this one. This was probably one of my favorite ones in college was beer pong. We didn't just play with beer though. Like we kind of amped it up a little bit. We played with vodka. Young people.
People are crazy.
What's that?
I said you Ohio State people are crazy.
Yeah, we play with Everclear ones.
Oh,
That's no, dude. Don't mess with that. That's no.
Everclear and pineapple juice. We played beer pong.
No matter what, no, it doesn't matter. Just Everclear at all, you're gonna regret it.
Yeah, we did. No, we had we did tournaments of beer pong. Oh, there goes Bob, and he's back. Now he's gonna flip our order all around. Here we go. But yeah, we did tournaments of beer pong, and my one buddy's house. We had this huge tournament. There was probably 20 plus teams of people doing this beer pong tournament. We had 3 tables set up, and we closet door on top of a dog cage and a bottle of Jameson. That's a rough one. The brown liquors and beer pong is not a good combination. But yeah, we did tournaments, and at this time I worked at a grocery store that had a liquor store in it. So I went to the liquor store after I got off my shift, and then went to this tournament, and I brought bottles of cherry vodka. My buddy worked at a bar, and they had generic Red Bull like on tap out of the fountain that you could get. He got a Gatorade cooler full of that.
Oh my god.
So we were just playing beer pong with cherry bombs for a night. Hey, we won the tournament. We won the tournament though. I'll never forget. So again, we talked about house rules. So one of our house rules, we played Death Cup. I don't know if you guys played Death Cup or not. Okay, if you get 2 balls in the same cup, it's game over.
Yeah.
You never played that, Peyton? You never played Death Cup?
I have played that. We didn't call it Death Cup, but we just called it something. It was just a house rule. It wasn't like any time for it.
I can't remember it being called Death Cup either. I thought that was just overall rules. If someone got 2 balls in the same cup before you're able to move it out, then.
Well, we played it as until the drink is finished that's in the cup.
Okay.
So if there's still drink left in the cup and you make it in that cup still, it doesn't matter. So like if you're in the middle of taking a drink and that cup is not empty, if you make another ball in that cup before it is consumed, that's still Death Cup.
Gotcha.
So there's like maybe 5. I don't know exactly how many.
Wait, you probably did actually even drink out of the cups that were on because.
Yeah. So
you did water.
Controversial. Yeah. For my generation, we didn't drink out of the cups. For anyone that doesn't know, I went to college post-COVID, so cross-contamination of germs and whatnot. People didn't want to buy Red Solo cups. They're kind of expensive for college kids now. So we kind of just, this is nasty, but you just reuse the same ones like every so often. You just fill it up with water And then like you would have occasions where it's like, okay, we're gonna like I played Century Pong, which is similar to Century Hour, but like you do 100 cups for beer pong. You have like this massive table, and then if you're doing it that way, you drink out of those cups because that's like a special occasion. But like at your standard party or event or whatever that has been beer pong, we weren't drinking out of those cups.
Yeah. Someone gets it in your cup, you just drink. You take a drink of beer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is back when we actually drank out of the cups that were reused over and over, and we just rinsed the ball off that has bounced all over the dirty floor.
That's just like in quarters, man. Everybody's using the same damn cup.
Oh yeah.
And you're drinking the whatever's in it with a damn quarter in it.
Yeah.
Quarters.
Yeah.
There are a lot of freaking places, dude.
I know. Looking back on this, it's pretty disgusting, but
Well, you know.
But anyway, I remember this because it's like the craziest thing that I remember happening is the other team had like 5 cups left. We had 2, and they had already used their re-rack. We played 1 re-rack. I made it in a cup, and we were playing. It was my friend's neighbors that we were playing, and this was for the finals championship. I made it in a cup. It was her turn to pick up. So it was a guy and a girl. She picks up the cup and she's holding it like this, like up to her mouth to drink it. My friend throws the ball and it bounces off her forehead into the cup.
Oh wow! Did he call backboard?
It didn't matter. We didn't play backboard back then.
Bank.
But still, that was a death cup for us back in the days. So yeah, that one counted. It was game over, and yeah, we celebrated by drinking more.
There you go.
So Peyton, give us so we know you guys did beer pong. You mentioned that. You guys did like that big table with the dice.
Yeah, beer die. That was definitely, I'd say, like overall, my college experience, like you talk to most guys, they love beer pong, or I'm not sorry, beer die and beer pong. Beer die, have you guys played it before, or?
I played it at your house, but
Okay.
I always used to
idea
be
what that is.
confused because you would see tables like you'd go on a college campus and you see all kinds of just like shitty tables or like some sort of just put together table in everybody's front yard.
Yeah, so that's sort of the experience with it. It's like you and your friends go out and get all the stuff. You know, you go to Lowe's, you go to Home Depot, you build the table. It might be a shitty quality table, but you sand it, you paint it to your design. That's sort of like the design or like sort of like the experience and like what makes it a lot of fun. With Beard Eye, I've been a part of my fraternity. I helped build 2 different tables, and that's just good time just hanging out with your friends, building a table. But essentially how Beard Eye works, it's not really much of a drinking game, more of like a competition game that involves drinking, almost like cornhole or something like that. But essentially, yeah, you have like these big tables that you build. You sand it down and you can paint on designs or whatever, however you want it to look like. But it's a game of, you have two teams of 2. So me and a partner versus someone else and their partner. And you start off the game by rolling the die. Whoever calls odd or even, if you get it right, you get to choose. I go first. And then you essentially, you take the die. You're supposed to like loft it up into the air. It's supposed to go like relatively high. You don't want to just like tiny toss it. And your goal is to hit the other half of the table furthest away from you, and have that die go off the table, if that makes sense.
Okay.
And then there's certain more rules to it. So if you throw the die and it hits the other half of the table, that's 1 point. If you throw the die and it hits, so I forgot to mention this, but you have each person has their own cup on the corners of the table. So if you throw the die and it hits the other half of the table and it hits that person's cup, that's 2 points. and then if you throw it and you hit it inside their cup all the way on the other table, that's 5 points. And they're supposed, in the way that you can cancel that out, and this is where drinking's involved outside of in between rounds and whatnot. You're supposed to drink the beer that's in that cup, and then you roll around the die, and if you get whatever's, oh, there goes Zach. You guys are struggling over here with the cameras.
I don't know what that was all about. That was a weird one.
All good, all good. But anyways, what I'm saying, what I was mentioning before is, if you land it in the other person's cup, they drink their drink, and then they're supposed to roll around the dice and guess whatever number that is.
Okay.
And if they get it correct, those points are canceled.
Okay. Gotcha.
There's a lot more.
Oh, sorry, Peyton. I didn't mean to cut you
No,
off.
that's the basic gist of it. Like all you need to know to play that, but there's a lot more to it. Like with house rules, and like if I throw it in my own cup or my partner's cup, like on my side of the table, depending on what house or like wherever you're at, they might have a rule where like you're supposed to call your mom and tell her you're gay, or like you're supposed to call your dad and tell him that you're a bitch or something like that.
Okay.
Never got a call like that.
That Taylor must have done it because I've never made it my own cup.
No, I said I've never gotten a call like that.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay.
So good job.
All right, we're up to 4 people watching now. We got Chad and Valerie. I don't know who else is on here. I think Cheryl is watching, but I don't know who the 4th person is. Whoever's here, throw it in the comments. Let us know who's here. Say what's up. We're talking about drinking games. Let us know what your favorite drinking game is. That you played in college, that you played recently, whatever it may be. Special guest of the week. This is Peyton, my nephew, Bob's son. So, introducing Peyton for the first time. He might be on some later streams down the road. So, just wanted to throw that in since I saw we were up to 4 people now. So, Bob, you got another one? Any other ones that you've
I got all kinds of them, but I mean, we did all sorts of things. But that's kind of, as I did the research, the big thing that it said is like more like the generations that went to school from the late 80s into the early 2000s, we were more kind of just drinking. And then as you kind of get into Peyton's generation, it started becoming more competitive. And there's drinking involved, but it's just more of a competitive game. So you guys are a little bit more of just having good fun.
Yeah,
I mean, we had a little bit of both there, right?
Yeah.
We had just stupid stuff like we had Edward 40 Hands, right? We just taping.
Oh yeah, we had that too.
Hands.
Yeah.
And then we had stuff where you're just watching a movie, and every time they say a certain, we talked about this earlier. You're just watching a movie, and anytime they say a certain word or a certain character says something, you have to drink. So we played Boondocks a lot.
Do you guys have anything like what the fuck? It was funny because everybody had, when you played it, everybody got a name. So you had to be like, you could be like bad fuck, or maybe you could be stupid fuck, or maybe good fuck. And then like, so everyone would get a name, and you'd be like, everyone would start off would be like, and you're like, you have to get like this, and you're clapping. You're like, what's the name of this fucking game called? What the fuck?
I remember something like that. I never played it.
And you'd be like, bad fuck, no fuck, what about and then whoever you're passing it to would have to go. You'd say their name, and then they'd have to go next, and they'd say the same thing. And whoever messed up had to drink. So that was kind of fun.
Valerie, I don't know.
I saw that comment. That sounds like a game that I played a lot in college. It's called Speedball. Are you guys familiar with that?
Is that the one with a ping pong ball?
Yeah, so it's where you have each can on the opposite corners of the table, and you and your partner try and throw the ping pong ball at the can, and then if you hit the can, your partner is supposed to drink until the other person grabs the ball and hits the table.
That might be what it is. Like, I think this is something I've seen, like, driving on Ohio State campus, like, even, like, after I was gone from Ohio State, like, 2010s to even recently, I've seen a lot of people playing this just like in their front yards.
That when I was in school, which was last year, that was huge. That was probably my favorite game, as well as like my fraternity's favorite game as well.
Okay.
So that's definitely a very big popular game.
Gotcha.
So Zach, we didn't have this because it was just too much equipment. But
Yeah,
what was that game? And I think we even played it at your house once. You put like a PVC pole in the ground.
I was gonna bring this up. Beersby.
Yeah, you had a can of beer on top of it. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
you had to have a beer in your hand at all times, and you threw a frisbee with the other, and you tried to knock the beer off the pole.
Yep, I was gonna bring this up. Yeah, that's Beersby. So you have two poles or two. You know, I was actually trying to think of how to make this a mobile game and how to like sell this at one point.
Yeah.
So honestly, this was an idea that I had. I was like, how could you make this like a portable game and market this? Because normally you have to like put a PVC pipe in the ground and you need two of them. And it's 2 teams of 2. Like you have a thrower and a catcher typically on each team. Well, your side, you have a thrower. The other side has 2 catchers. So everybody has to have a beer or something, a cup or something in their hand at all times. So a person on one side is going to be throwing a frisbee. The point is they have to hit the pole to knock the beer off the top of the pole. The other team has to, number 1, catch the frisbee. Number 2, catch the beer that's falling off the top of the pole. So if the frisbee hits the ground, that's 1 point. If the beer hits the ground, that's 2 points. And that's a drink for each point.
I've played this game sort of similar to this before. It's like where instead of like a PVC pole, there's like a plastic tiki, like a tiki torch almost, and you put a beer can on top of that. It was in a drinking game when I was it was a drinking game when I had played it though. So
I'm always the thrower. When I try to catch things, I run into pools. So catching is not good for me.
Yeah, I don't think that's what he's talking about, dude.
I know, but yeah, this is another thing. I kind of like tackled his pool at one point when I was trying to catch a frisbee.
Nice. Nice.
No, literally, I broke his pool because I was trying to catch a frisbee.
How do you break? Like, is it an above ground pool?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. I literally like just straight on shouldered into one of like the sidebars of his pool because I was trying to catch a frisbee. Yeah, we were playing Can Jam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you trying to knock it into the can?
I don't know. Oh yeah, I put my foot through the fence too. I forgot about that one.
Yeah. So.
I'm just competitiveness. That's we're talking about competitive. Yeah.
So did you guys have? Here's another one that we did that was just kind of in a circle and had basically you had to have nothing. So someone would say like a name, like I would be like Michael Jackson. So then the next person would have to come up with like Joe Namath. So like you'd have to like the last name. The next person would have to have the first name start with the same letter that had the last name. And like you go around in a circle, but if someone would get like an alliteration name, then it would flip. And then if you couldn't think of a name like right away, then you had to drink.
Like categories almost?
Yeah, kind of, but you'd have to drink until you could think of a name as well. That was the other thing that I remember. Like so like if so let's say like someone said Joe Namath, and then someone came with I don't know what's a good end name.
Bo Jackson.
That's not an end name.
It has to.
So it was Joe Namath. So the next
Neil
person
Young.
Come up with a what?
Neil Young.
Neil Young. Okay, so then someone would have to come up with like Yul Brenner.
Younger Bastida.
No, Brenner, dude. I said Brenner, so then you'd have to come up with a B.
No. I said Neil Young, and then I said Younger Bastida.
No, but I was next.
For that.
Peyton would have been next, not you.
Oh,
so actually,
right.
you cut and turn, so you would have had to drink. But then, like, if you had, like, if someone said
Bob Marley.
Mickey Mouse. So here's like now Mickey Mouse. I flipped it because I did an alliteration.
What if you say someone's name that's only like they don't have a last name?
Well, that's the same thing. That's the same. Like if it's just Madonna, if you like, I would have got an M and then I come up with Madonna. It's the same thing. It's like the same thing as alliteration.
Gotcha.
But
unless
that's
you
not
have a
alliteration.
last name and you just don't remember it, and then you have to drink. So someone could always like, dude, that person has a last name. It's blah.
Okay, gotcha.
And then you have to drink.
Then what if you just did a symbol?
Like Prince,
Yes.
the artist formerly known
What if
as
you just
Prince.
draw the symbol
I
in
don't-
midair?
I think you win the game then.
How would you ever get that though? Because you're always going off the last name of the person before you. So at no point does someone have
Well,
a last
if
name.
it's a P, and then you just draw the symbol, and then somebody doesn't know what that means.
I don't know, dude. I think Prince was still going by Prince, but at that point.
Just saying. And yes, Valerie, lifelong drinking game, as she just brought up here.
Oh yeah. See you put me into that, but I don't remember it ever being like that big a deal. Like you just had to, and like how am I gonna deface this can?
You gotta dent it.
Because it doesn't have like, because you said to just like pull like either the label or the sticker thing off of it or something
Put a dent in it.
like that. I mean,
Yeah.
but
Like anytime I drink anything out of it, like beer cans, I never drink out of beer cans. But anytime I do, like I do that.
mhm.
But the point is to hide it, so people call you out on it, and then they have to drink.
Is that sort of the game of life? Oh, okay, that's what she's referring to. Okay, yeah. I always just moved my can tab to the left. That was my sort of thing.
Yeah, see that's like not. I mean, yes, but no for me. That one's like kind of lame. But like if you're drinking out of a bottle of water, what do you do with that?
And I've never played the game of life with the bottle of water. No one's
Game of
gonna.
life is with everything.
I've never had that experience where someone's like, "Game of life, chug that water." I've never
I got
had.
called out on a 24-ounce monster, dude.
When you like chug that milk, dude.
I've never.
Yeah, I believe Chad has called me out on a 24-ounce monster before at like 8 in the morning.
Okay, well, I'm glad to know that exists outside of it. So I'll hold that. I'll hold people to it now.
It is for everything. Anything that can, like, so a glass doesn't count, right? Like if you're drinking out of a glass, but if it's sitting on a coaster, it does count because you can mess up that coaster. Like if it's a paper coaster, that is.
You're gonna say, what if it's not your coaster, dude?
Huh?
What if it's not your coaster? If you come over here and mess up our coasters, my wife is gonna kill you.
If it's a paper coaster, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
So I said if it's a paper coaster.
All right.
But like if it's a bottle, like you can mess with the label on the bottle and try and find a way to hide that, make it kind of concealed. Yeah, there's all ways around this. So that's a game for like, yes, on the way to the golf tournament that you almost got your foot freaking broken by Tiger Woods' club. Which you should have just stuck your foot out there and got hit by Tiger Woods. That would have been a lawsuit, dude. Yes, Chad almost got his foot hit by Tiger Woods' club.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of cool.
He should have just taken one for the team. Right there.
See, I don't know if you're gonna put your foot in the way of where you're supposed to be, where they're supposed to be playing. That
No, he wasn't swinging. We were just walking, following him, and he like slammed his club down because he was angry.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Oh well, then that could be a lawsuit.
He
Yeah.
grabbed his club and ran.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think of other ones that we did.
One game that was big for us. I'm sure you guys probably haven't played this. Zach, you might have, but it's a Berio card. Have you ever heard of that?
Oh,
I've heard of it. Yeah.
Mario Kart, but
Yeah, essentially, you just play a game of Mario Kart, but you can't be driving while you're drinking the beer because you can't drink and drive, and you have to either finish the beer.
no, that's why you drive and drink, because driving comes first, drinking comes secondary.
Well, it's
when you put it
on however your strategy was. You could either chug the beer right away and then go finish the race, or you could get almost done with the race and then finish your beer. It really just came up to however you wanted to do it.
Okay. So, can you just like do one of these?
Yeah, but you just can't be drinking while the cart is moving.
Oh, okay.
So you just had to chug a beer, then finish. Like, did you get any like? What happened? Is like if you won or lost or?
Well, it would typically be like a 1v1 sort of situation. You set up the game, or however many of your buddies are there. That one's more. This one wasn't really as much of a competition, more of like that type of style of game where you are just drinking to have a good time. So it's just like instead of you want to go out to the bars, you just hang out and like I want to play some Mario Kart. You and your roommates, your friends, whatever. You kind of just chill out, drink a few beers, because you think about it. Mario Kart races don't take that long, only a few minutes. So you're chugging like one whole beer probably every 3-5 minutes or so. And if you can, we've done it before, where you can set up the match to be 24 races, right? And you have 24 beers within
something
short amount of time.
I just thought of a new challenge for this. Rainbow Road every time you fall off, a shot.
People have played it that way before. I haven't, but my roommates did.
Yeah, dude, Rainbow Road, every time you fall off, you got to take a shot. That would make it very interesting.
You'd probably start falling off a lot more.
Probably.
Oh, yeah. And then again, you can't drive while you're taking the shot. So yeah, if we're going by those rules, ooh, that gets challenging. Wait, here's the question though: are the shortcuts allowed?
Shortcuts are allowed. It's a normal game of Mario Kart. If you know how to beat the system, then that's all on you. Essentially the only rule is that you can't there's two rules. You can't drive while drinking your drink. You have to either have the controller down or on your lap or whatever, and then you have to finish your beer before the race ends or before you finish the race.
All right, I pick every race to be Magic Kingdom. Race number 3. No one's gonna beat me.
All right, there you go.
All right, all you got to do is go in reverse, jump over the hill, you jump over the wall, and then you're at the finish line.
Yeah, but you got to finish your drink before then.
Well, no, I don't. I just have to go around, do that 3 times. Well, 2 times, and then finish my beer, and then go across the finish line. It'll take about 20 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the world record for that specific course is, I think, 14 seconds.
On which Mario Kart?
I think it's, what's the most recent one? 6?
Well, the most recent one is Mario Kart World. I haven't played that one, but the one before that was 8.
I think it's 6. Mario Kart 6.
Gotcha.
Chad, Valerie would be gone. She sucks on Rainbow Road. Uh-oh. Man, you really need to fix your internet, Bob.
I think I'm the only one that hasn't gotten kicked out yet.
He's just messing all this up. That's funny.
Yeah, I was lagging. I knew it was coming, dude.
Yeah, I saw you trying to do the camera trick. So what's the one where you would I can't remember what this game was called, where everybody was in a circle and you had to slap the table, and
Thumper.
then someone would what?
Thumper.
Thumper? Okay.
It'd be like something about what's the name of this game? You'd be Thumper. Or why do we play it? To get fucked up. I can't remember how it goes beyond that though.
Yeah, I don't really remember. It's in Beer Fest though.
I've never heard of that game before my time.
Watch Beer Fest.
Okay.
Thumper and Beer Fest?
It's in Beer Fest, dude.
Was it one of the competitions?
We're gonna get this video. We're gonna get.
There
We're gonna
was
get this
quarter,
live band
and
right
they
now.
played beer pong, but they played beer pong that was like actual ping pong, and you tried to knock the ball in the other person's cup. And then they had the drinking relay as well, like, but everyone had to chug a stein.
Here, we're gonna get this video.
Oh yeah. You have to do like weird. Yeah, everybody has a. That's kind of similar to like of what the fuck, but on Thumper, like everybody had a sign, so you had to do your sign. Like that dude was that was his sign, and then like if you went like that was the next person's sign, and then
Yeah, he was
like this, and then the other person would go like this, like, and then the person would go like this, and then I don't know whatever the other sign, whatever the other person's sign is.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, if you do somebody else's, then you're messed up. Then yeah, then
they have to go next. Yeah.
Yeah.
But if they don't do it next, then they are out. Or they
Yeah. I was playing ping pong and ding dang from Beer Fest.
Shit like shit waffles.
Did you guys ever play Ride the Bus?
Oh, I've ridden the bus a few times.
No, I don't know. Tell us about Ride the Bus.
No, I don't think so.
You guys might have called it something different, but essentially you'll have a whole deck of cards. Everyone plays it differently. I've played it where there's so it's a card game. This one was big because you could play it at bars or at a setting where most other drinking games aren't easily accessible. So you typically start off with a deck of cards, and then let's say there's other ways to set this up, but I'll give it the most simple way. Let's say, Dad, you lost and you have to ride the bus. Essentially, I have a deck of cards in my hands. You're supposed to start off, you guess red or black, and you will be you'll say red, and I flip it over, the card's red, so you move on to the next round. And then the next round would be odd or even, so you would guess, odd or even, pretty simple. And then from there, you would go higher or lower than that card. And then you would go, wait, no, I'm messing this up. Sorry. You go higher or lower than the red or black card that you have. Mm-hmm. And then you'd have outsider in between those two cards that on the first round. And then the last round was you had to guess the exact suit. And if you didn't get all right in a row, you have to start over. And then so each round you progressively have to drink more. If you mess up on the first round, that's only 2 drinks. If you mess up on the second round, 4, mess up on the third, 6, and then mess up on the last, 8. So it looks like Valerie has that experience. You can get screwed a lot, and you can get kind of messed up on it.
Yeah, especially if she was doing with Jungle Juice, dude.
Oh yeah, that's.
I don't know if she was talking about yours or the last one we were talking about with the one in Beer Fest.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Valerie, you can tell us which game it was, but yeah, that sounds like you can get screwed over on that one.
That one would make you mad, but that was a fun game. Especially if you got through it, first round, that was always the best.
Yeah. Another one that we did was golf. You ever played golf?
I like to play golf. We'll play golf, but it's just for competition. But no, we don't ever drink on it.
Okay, like the card game. Yeah. So we played that as a drinking game before. So
you have 9. Is it 9 cards?
6. We played with 6.
Oh, we played with 9.
2 rows of 3.
3 rows of 3.
Okay, we used to do 2 rows of 3.
Ride the bus. Okay, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that one sounds like it could be really bad.
Especially if you're doing some jungle juice. Especially if that jungle juice was Everclear jungle juice.
Yeah, no, that's for sure.
No, I mean, the freaking jungle juice is just about anything you have available that you can put in it. Is what our jungle juice was. Is just a mixture of everything. Fruit and every liquor you can get your hands on.
Yeah, we typically did Everclear and fruit and some Kool-Aid or something.
Yeah, we do like 7-Up or Sprite. We would do just super high proof whatever liquor. Like we would do 151 if we could get it. So Everclear, that was like back when you couldn't get Everclear in Ohio. Is when I was in college.
We lived right by Kentucky, so
Yeah, you had to go to Kentucky if you wanted Everclear.
Oh. Yeah, like we couldn't get it that often. But yeah, we would get like 151, we'd get vodka, we'd get whatever we could get. We just, dump it all in a freaking bucket and mix it all together and drink it. And then some idiots at Ohio State decided to come up with Four Loko. So yeah, that happened. We all know how that worked. Anyway, yeah, so we played with 6 cards. Not now. But yeah, we turned that into a drinking game.
How do you do that with a drinking game then?
So it's basically whatever number you have, that's how many drinks you have to take, except for the person who has the lowest number that round.
Gotcha.
So like if you had a 6 on that hole, you have to drink 6 drinks.
Gotcha.
That's how we played.
Dude, you can get I don't know what we do with the 3 cards. I mean, you can sometimes get like 30 something or so.
Oh yeah, you can get screwed.
Yeah.
Like you're chugging a whole beer. I think we would play it like if you got over a certain number, like that's your whole beer. So like if you got over a 15 on that hole, like that's your whole beer. Like you're just chugging a whole beer.
So. Okay, so that lets the person who gets 30 off a bit.
Yeah.
Of course, the person got 15, kind of.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly what the number was, but we had like a set number. If you get this number higher, you're just chugging your whole beer and you're on to the next round. So if you're lower than that, if you didn't win, you're just taking that number of drinks. So gotcha. Whoever got the lowest that round didn't have to drink, but everybody else that was playing, if you got whatever your number was, that's what you drank.
Gotcha.
Yeah. We basically just turned anything into a drinking game.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of just that era. You were sort of, as I said, you're kind of on the back end of the Xer, so you're probably had a lot of the same stuff that we did. Yeah. As I said, we had the freaking State of the Union as a drinking game. So I mean, yeah. Yeah, like reading through stuff like Cheers of the Governor. That was one that was apparently popular. Flip Cup is one that we haven't really mentioned much. That's one that was popular. Yeah, Flip Cup is kind of like again, that's kind of, I think that's like a more of a. Peyton, did you play Flip Cup?
Yeah, I did a little bit. It was never like the main game that like would be like everyone focused around. It's more of like a supplemental game, like you would play at like a pregame or something like that.
Yeah, I don't feel like you drink that much of Flip Cup.
Yeah, that's more of like a supplementary competition to something.
Yeah,
so part of something. So like if you're doing
Beer Olympics, that was like the first game that we would do.
What's Beer Olympics?
Oh, you guys never did Beer Olympics?
Oh yeah.
I don't think I did.
Essentially, it's a big competition. You set up teams, and you have like certain events, basically like the Olympics. Each you would have like each person on your team do like you would have 10 people on a team, and you would do 2 people per event. So we always started off with Flip Cup. and then it would go into like beer die, beer pong, speedball, all these different competition games, and it would end. The final round was always case race. You and your entire team, whoever finished the case, won basically.
Yeah,
That's another one we did too, was case races.
Yeah, we would do. We didn't do case race, but what we would do is like at a keg party, like toward the end of the party, especially if like everybody's kind of gone, and you don't want, like, a lot of times people like they want to return the keg the next day to get their deposit back. We would do taps open. And someone would call out taps open. Basically, you'd have to circle around. Anyone who was close by would have to circle around with a cup, and the tap could never go closed. You just have to keep on pouring it around, and you drink your beer until you finish the keg.
Did you guys ever do games of songs? Something we did a lot was like Thunderstruck. Anytime anyone said thunder, you had to drink, and it would go like a big circle. And like they say, you would. So let's say, Dad, you started. Obviously, Thunderstruck says thunder a lot. So you would drink until the next time he says thunder. Zach, you would drink, and then I would drink at the next time after that. And then there was parts of the song where it's like they're saying thunder like a million times in a row.
Oh yeah. Well,
and then there's other times like he'll say Thunderstruck, and then it would be like a guitar solo, and then that person gets like fucked over.
You have to drink until they say Thunderstruck the next time?
Yeah.
Just thunder.
Yeah, or thunder or Thunderstruck. Yeah, either one.
Yeah, where they at the beginning where they do it like nonstop.
Exactly, yeah. Or there was Rattling Box as well.
Thunderstruck. And then it's like a solo. You're screwed at that part.
Yeah, exactly.
What if you finish your beer? You have to get another one?
Then you have to go open up another one and drink until they say thunder.
Oh, damn.
I've gone through like 7 beers. At that time. Yeah, you'd be screwed on that one.
Yeah, that was a fun one. But yeah, I don't think I ever got screwed. But one time, one of my buddies, he was doing a Four Loko during it, and he got the solo part, and he had a Four Loko that he was chugging.
Yo.
Nice.
Nope.
Yeah, that's just regret. Right.
Needless to say, he didn't remember the night too well.
I can imagine. Those Four Locos will get you. They're not what they used to be, though. And not what they used to be. That original recipe Four Loko was something else.
You guys have a shotgun race?
Oh yeah, we do. Yeah.
Okay.
I actually won an international shotgun race
Really?
in Cancun. We were at Senor Frogs. And it was so funny because I didn't even think I did that great a job, but like all these other people sucked. And there were people from Ohio that were there, and they're like, "You made me so proud to be from Ohio." And I won a 6-pack of Budweiser for
That's all you won?
That's if you ever go to Mexico, Senor Frogs almost in every major city. Got to go there, man. It's so much fun.
So this is the thing that I used to do, like the bars in Columbus, like when I was down there. Like shortly before like last call, I would go order like a bucket of beers. Like that's what I would do. I'd go order a bucket of beers, and they'd be like, "Well, we're about to call last call. You got to drink all these." I was like, "I'll bet you I can chug this beer in less than X amount of time if you give it to me for free. Like I'll drink this in whatever amount of time."
What's going on in your face, Peyton?
Sorry, I was messing with my cat's laser. My fault.
I thought like someone was
Like a sniper was through the window.
Get down.
Getting sniped out. Yeah, I would like go to order a bucket of beers, and the bartender would be like, "You gonna drink all these beforehand?" It's like, well, I'll bet you this bucket of beers that I can chug one of these bottles in less than X amount of time, and if I do, you give me the bucket for free. And like that was that was my scam on Columbus bartenders. So I never lost one. Bottles are harder to drink out of, like especially if you don't have like a straw vent with it.
Yes.
So and like ice cold like beer is not easy to chug, right?
No, you want a little warmer.
Yeah, it burns a little bit. So I think like the first one I started at like 30 seconds because I was a little bit had a little bit to drink that night. I got it down to under 8 seconds at one point.
Damn.
Was like my record.
Out of a bottle?
Yeah, and that wasn't even doing like the spin, like a swirl.
I was gonna say, did you tornado it or
No, that's no tornado. That was just a straight chug. That was back in my prime days.
Gotcha.
And there was a bar we frequented that had like dollar bottle night of like anything domestic, and it was like that's where I honed my craft. Was they're just getting dollar bottles.
Yeah. Well, they probably don't. Yeah, I mean, shoot, I remember beer at Ohio State used to be so freaking cheap, dude.
Oh yeah.
We had dollar night all the time. Like almost Woody's would almost rotate something that it was $1 almost every night. And then like I think on Wednesdays they would do pull and pray, which they would have all their leftover stuff that they're just trying to get rid of, which is funny because it was all their import stuff because no one bought it there.
Yeah, dude, there were so many bars that had like crazy deals at Ohio State. Like there was a place like a little bit north of campus. I don't even know if it's still there, but they had like 75-cent pitchers one night a week.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a $5 cover to get in. It was 75 cents for a pitcher.
That's totally worth it.
That's nuts, yeah.
That's totally worth it.
There was another place that had like I think it was a $5 cover to get in, but it was 32-ounce drafts, and it was like a plastic mug that you got. I think it was like $1 for the first mug, and then it was like 50-cent refills.
Damn.
They
don't do that anymore.
No, did not get that experience.
No.
No.
Well, I mean, not even comparatively. I don't think Ohio State has because you could go to any other campus and you're not getting the deals that you had at Ohio State. Just I think it's because there were so many bars there.
It's just the volume, yeah.
That they had to be competitive.
Yeah.
Get people.
Ohio State now is pretty expensive. Pretty sure.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So
yeah, it was just the volume back then. There were so many of them that they were everywhere. Like you could walk down High Street and there's 30 bars there that you could go to that, everybody's fighting for customers, and there's places that are still like that. There's college campuses that are still like that.
Did you guys ever do bladder blast?
No.
So I had friends that co-opted in Louisiana, like in Baton Rouge. So they lived right by LSU. And there was a bar there that you could get, I think might have been dollar pitchers. You could get dollar pitchers until the first person went to the bathroom.
Oh.
And
okay.
Evidently, like some nights we went in the summertime. We were there in the summertime, and then another time I was there during Mardi Gras, or right around Mardi Gras. But I don't think the football players were out. But evidently, the football players would go to that, and they would just stand by the bathroom and not let anybody in.
That's hilarious.
That's funny.
That's funny.
People
piss their pants.
Probably.
People would just leave.
Yeah.
Well, I just realized we're just a bit over an hour here.
We're just over an hour, so.
Yeah, we'll probably wrap it up here. No, I appreciate everybody hanging out with us. Thanks for welcoming Peyton to his first episode. Hopefully we'll have him back on some other ones. Thanks everybody for hanging out with us tonight. Thanks for the comments. Thanks for the interaction. Some of them were funny. It was fun. It was a fun episode tonight. Peyton, thank you for hanging out with us.
Yeah, thank you for having me here. I appreciate it.
You can hang out for a couple minutes after we end the stream here, but Bob, you got anything else you want to add to this?
No, man, thanks a lot. Hope you guys all had fun. We did.
Reminisce on the old times.
Yeah. If you get on YouTube, put in the comments of your favorite drinking games. I look on YouTube during the week. I don't see a whole lot of comments on there, so helps out our algorithm, man. Give us a thumbs up and put a comment on there.
Yep, definitely that helps us out big time. Hit the notification bell for anytime we go live or anytime we post a new video on there. So that'll help us out big time. We appreciate everybody. We'll catch you next week. Thanks for hanging out.
See you, bros.